Hello my lovely fellow crafters of the Craftiverse. So today I am going to be working on more projects from Tonic Craft Kit 43 just for blue. And if you've watched my previous video, the unboxing video where I shared 2 cards, if you haven't watched that, I'll put a link to it now, and it might be a good idea for you to go back and watch it. Or just watch it after this one, and I'll put the link in the description box below as well. With that video, at the end of it, I said that I wanted to try using this die and the gilding flakes. So I've pulled out some Stick It double-sided adhesive. I thought this would be the best way to adhere the flakes. It comes like, it's quite handy because it comes with like 3 bits that you can use to sort of, so you can actually, like, they're A5 sheets. But if you just wanted to do that bit, then you just cut it off and you can just do that bit, and it helps you with just lining it up properly. Right, but that's what we want basically. We want a sheet of card with the sticky stuff on it. So we need this big outer die, and again, being thrifty, I'm going to try and get it near to the bottom. And then I think, which do I fancy using today? The one with the heart? Yeah, I think this one. So make sure that it's equidistant, and then use some tape to keep it in place, because we're gonna after passing it through the die cutting machine, we're going to have to pick this up and rotate it to do the other half. We want to keep this in the as best we can anyway, in the exact same position. So I'm going to cut off this extra bit of card in my little guillotine, and then I'm going to run this through my tangerine, which I absolutely am in love with. But I love that this has got such a small footprint, so I can actually just have it on my desk, and it really does cut like butter. Look, see, it's just cut like butter. It's amazing. So what we want to do is, we don't want this outside piece anymore, but we want this to stay attached to the outer part, the background die. We can take this out. Just need to poke out any little bits and pieces, but just keep this die in the exact same position. This time we want, so you can see it just fits in like a jigsaw puzzle. You can see, you can feel like it fits in like a jigsaw puzzle, and should now cut the other half perfectly the same. There we go. So you can see that's perfect, and it's really easy to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this off, and then I'm going to use the gilding flakes on this, and then I'm going to put that over a background which I'm going to cut with that. I'm also going to cut out the centre portion of this to be thrifty, and then I can use this for something else. Right, so now comes the fun part. Now, from what I understand, there are different ways to use these flakes. You can get different types of adhesives and things, and this is one of the ways of doing it. And because it's such an intricate die, I thought rather than using a glue that would work for this purpose, I would do it this way. And then I've heard that this stuff, even though it's like a tiny little pot, it's packed. It's absolutely packed full. And basically, oh, it doesn't feel like I expected it to feel. I don't know how I expected it to feel, but it's really soft. It's like you barely feel like you're touching anything. It just feels really soft. And then you can kind of like use your fingers and also a stiff bristled brush. So I've got a stiff bristle brush here, which I haven't used yet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get as many of these flakes on as I can, and then just the effect that it gives is like obviously not as highly polished as like the mirror chrome card that came in the kit, but still, I mean, look how shiny it is. I think it's going to be a really nice shiny finish. Quite fun, it's quite interesting. Just trying out a new technique, another new one. So in the first video I tried out using the expanding mousse for the first time, which I'd never tried, and that was really fun and gave a really great effect that I was really pleased with. And then this time I'm trying out the gilding flakes. Just want to make sure that all of the bits of the white cardstock are covered up. And then obviously that there's no bits where there shouldn't be any bits. So for example here, obviously this is all meant to be able to see through it. So I'm just using my pokey tool just to try and get some of the flakes out, because of some of the sort of delicate sort of keep going to say floral, they're not floral, little like swirly bits, like corners and things. It's not necessarily a quick process, but I think it's going to look really nice. And there we go. I think that's about done. As you can see, it's really nice and shiny. There's still a few little errant bits that I'm going to try and wipe off, but as you can see, that's the back. And then there's just this beautiful shimmer on the front, this silver shimmer. It really does look like metal. It's gorgeous. So thank you, Tonic, for including them in this kit for us to play with. Yeah, I think I'm just going to continue to faff about with that a little bit, get all these bits back into the box, and then be back in a short while with some more progress. Okay, so I have decided on the composition for this first card of this second video, so card number 3 in total. I got as much of the flakes off of that portion as I could. There might be still a few more little ones to do. I then used the big outer die on this lovely Jungle Fever embossed specialty paper for the whole thing. I then created that inner frame using these 3 dies here. I used a leftover piece which I had created using the Nuvo sparkle spray from my last project, and then I used the smallest oval nesting die with some lunar silver paper, cardstock, sorry, and then the 3rd sentiment die included, which is from Me to You. That's the one I hadn't used yet. So, and again, I cut that with the Jungle Fever. And then I decided to make use of the decorative corners, and I really wanted to go for these sort of Art Deco style ones because I love Art Deco. And I thought, seeing as I only had a bit of sparkle there, that would have some sparkle in the corners. And then I was wondering what to back it with, and again I thought, well, we've only used the lunar silver once, so I'll back it with that. I just realised some of these are in the wrong position, these two. So just in case you haven't watched my last video where I explained this, see how there's like a skinnier end and a fatter end? So the skinnier ends go like that, and touch each other there, and then the fatter ends go like that and go sort of more towards the middle of the card. So I am going to go away and stick all these pieces down, and then back in a short while with some more progress on the second card. So here we go, the first finished card from this part 2 video. I'm really pleased with how this has turned out, to be honest. There's lots of lovely dimension, and I love these like deco corners. And it was just so much fun playing with the gilding flakes, and I really like the effect that it's given. So I'm definitely going to be using that again in one of my other projects, because I've still got this piece cut out, which has got the Stick It double-sided adhesive on it. And what I've got next is I want to try 2 things. So one, I want to do a, what's it called, easel card. So it'll look like, it'll have obviously a nice panel like this on the front, but it'll only be stuck to the bottom half, so that you then open it up and it'll stick up like this, and then I'll put a nice stopper there, and then that'll be an easel card. And I also want to try and see, I'm not sure whether this will work or not, to make a stand-up card that's shaped. So I've scored at this point, so that would be like the back that bends out. And because I love this background effect with the sparkle spray, I'm going to get out my messy box now. I forgot all about my messy box because I've been using my messy mat, but I sort of I got this box deliberately for this purpose. Okay, so I'll give this a nice shake up, and there we go. So that can stay in there and dry out, and then I'm going to start planning the other parts of my project. Yeah, so what I'm going to do for this, I'm assuming it would fold back like that, is put some strong double-sided tape on here. So I'll use this Sticks 2. I've just been looking at the stats for my part 1 video, and people seem to be really liking the shorter format. I'm definitely going to be doing that more shorter length videos. So even with the longer videos like this, where I'm making several cards, where they would used to be 30 to 35 minutes long, I'm getting them to like 20-ish minutes, 20 to 25 max minutes, because time is just so precious, isn't it? You know, we often just don't have as much time as we want to be able to do the things that we want. I know I could just happily watch craft videos and craft all day, every day, but unfortunately I have to work. So yeah, so let's see if this will stand up. It's kind of standing up. It seems to want to fall over a little bit, but oh, it's a bit wonky donkey, but I did make sure it was definitely in the right way. It was a bit ambitious, wasn't it? That works though. A side opening card. That works. A side opening shaped card that stands up. There we go. So it doesn't always work out as we intended, but you know, it's fine. Okay, so that's where we are. 1 completed card and 2 which I'm well on the way with. So I shall see you back in a little while with some more progress. Okay, my friends, so the second card is now finished. So obviously I wanted it to be an upright card, but it wouldn't stand up, so I turned it into a side folding card, which stands up really beautifully. I cut out the filigree, that's the word I'm looking for, like filigree pattern, using the beautiful handmade cotton paper included in the kit. I didn't use the inner die, so the whole of this behind that is the paper. I then used the outer die and the inner die and the die that creates this lovely pattern with the holographic card to create a smaller frame. I then cut an oval of the misty grey cardstock to tie in with that, and then I used the turquoisey colour. I should tell you the actual proper names of these because I keep forgetting them, because I've told you all this in video 1, but this is more for people that haven't seen video 1 yet. So the holographic card is Tidal Wave, and the turquoise card is Ocean Blue, which I just love. That's like one of my favourites. And then for the centre, in all my previous cards I've used the sentiment dies, but there are these beautiful sort of for all occasions sentiment stamps as well. So I decided to use this one and do it as for someone special, and I've actually used the glitter marker, so I'll hold that right up to the camera so you can see. It's given a really beautiful effect. I just put it in my stamp platform, scribbled on it with the glitter marker, and then stamped it. And then there was one little bit where it hadn't quite stamped enough, so I went over it again, stamped it again, and it's come out beautifully. It's stamped just as well as an ink pad would, and the colour, well, it has obviously been designed to go with this palette, so it sort of matches perfectly, so I'm really pleased with that. And then for the other card, the one that I want to make into a easel card, I used my scoreboard to cut to create a score line here, and I've then used some red liner tape and also some glue to make that quite sturdy. And then because this is symmetrical both ways, this way and also that way, it'll make a lovely easel card. So I'm just working on the front now. So you saw me earlier spraying the living daylights out of this, which has just turned out gorgeous. I mean, I don't think the camera will do it justice, but it's shimmering. Like in this light, you can really see all the blues, but then when you turn it in the other lights, you can see the silver mica flakes in there. I decided to do a panel, a frame in Lunar Silver, and I got my messy mat out and I used the Nuvo flakes. I just pulled out a bunch, spread it with my finger, and then I was using this Nuvo brush. And it gives such a lovely effect. I mean, it's so varied because when you get like big flakes and they adhere perfectly, it's like a really smooth, shiny effect. And then sort of when you get like little lumpy bits and then you're sort of scrubbing it off, or if you're sort of scrubbing it off with this, it's got more of a matte effect. So it's a really lovely sort of texture that you end up achieving. So that is going to go over there. And now just while I'm talking to you, I'm thinking that actually I might therefore cut out the centre of this, because then that'll it saves some of the card. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'll cut the centre out of that, then stick that in its place. Then I'm going to stick this is a leftover from something else, so I think that obviously looks really nice with the colour of Nuvo Sparkle Spray, as does this, to be honest. So it's a bit of a one of them, guys. It's like, oh, which one do I go for? So the jury's still out. I'm not quite sure, but that's where I'm up to at the moment. And I think what I'm going to do is when doing an easel card, you need to have some sort of stopper in place to keep it in place. So I think I'm going to use either maybe some corners or a nice sentiment like special wishes but built up a few times. So I'm going to carry on, and I intend to come back when this card's completed. And I think that's going to be it for this video, just otherwise it'll be too long. So just 3 cards for this video. So see you in a mo. And here we go, my friends. The third and final card complete. So I used the chrome silver mirror card and these intricate dies, and then stuck that panel over some of the beautiful handmade cotton paper. I again stamped Made with Love this time, using the glitter marker. I've layered up 4 of the small ovals, and I stamped Thinking of You, again with the glitter marker, and it's the cardstock is 300 or 350 GSM, so it's not, you know, gives it a nice level of stopperage there, you can see. And then there's plenty of room above to write your personal message, or you could write it on the back if you wanted to. So yep, so we've got that one, and then just as a reminder, we've got the second one, which was the side opening for someone special card, which stands up on its own perfectly. And then we have the first one, so the portrait 5x7 card, from me to you, where I used the corners this time. All 3 completely different cards, and I just think it's amazing how different you can make your projects using just one kit. It really is, I just love it. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making these projects. So hopefully you've had some fun and have found some inspiration, especially if you've got this kit and you've yet to start playing with it. So that's all from me today. If you've enjoyed this video, if you could please use your thumbs and give it a like to let me know that you like it. And if you liked it and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, but you like this type of content, then it would be lovely if you'd consider subscribing. Feel free to have a mooch around my channel and see what you think. No pressure, obviously. That's all from me today. Take care. Happy crafting, everyone. See you soon. Bye.